Hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today I'll be talking about another Super Mecha Champion Mecha, and today's Mecha will be called Firestar. So let's see where Firestar is. I do not have Firestar yet. Okay, here it is, Firestar. So what type of Mecha is Firestar? Firestar is considered as a assault and hit and run type of Mecha. Okay, so this Mecha is capable of going extremely far places because it has is frequent amount of rolling, and its rolling is basically what gives this mecha the ability to go from one place to another within a very short period of time. Okay, now despite that, this mecha still has its limitation. So because of the limitation, I have made two tier lists, and in the tier list I have made sure that this mecha falls into the rook category in case of the movement. So what are the rook class mecha? Rook class mecha can basically go from level 1 to level 3 platform easier, but in order to do that they must need to be near the building, otherwise they will not be able to go to higher platform, which is why this mecha is considered as a rook class mecha. Okay, and another example would be like this bishop class mecha. They must need a trampoline in order to go from one platform to another uh, easily, otherwise this rook class mecha cannot go to higher platform. Okay, now in terms of survivability rate, the survivability rate of this mecha had not been that much difficult to organize, then I would have definitely make sure that this mecha falls into the S class. Okay, otherwise there is some problem. Okay, like what are the problem? I'll be explaining the problem into the training ground. Okay, so because it has some cooldown related problem, which is why it cannot go to higher platform easier. Okay, you must need to make sure that it is extremely precise, or you must need to make sure that your cooldown is over, otherwise using this mecha to go to higher platform is going to be a lot more difficult. Okay, now in case if you're wondering, okay, then if this mecha were to be fighting against this mecha on the same ground, okay, not higher platform, okay, let's say on the same ground, then what will happen? Then the chances of this mecha winning against this four mechas here is going to be difficult, because these mechas have their own specialty which this mecha doesn't have. Okay, and what are those things? For example, this mecha can produce a shield. This mecha has extremely fast damage output in close range. This mecha has a fast damage output in its dash, and this mecha has its paralyzing capability. So because of all of these four qualities of these four mechas, this mecha will have an easier time actually defeating this. Otherwise, because this mecha can jump to higher platform, it has higher survivability rate compared to these mechas. But when it comes to the survivability rate against, let's say, high durability mecha or high damage output mecha, such as these, or even this, then what will happen is this mecha will be failing a lot more. Okay, so because of that dashing thing, I think you should be careful in using this mecha. Okay, now let's go to the training ground to actually talk about what are those problems. Okay, so first of all, let's select this mecha and let's talk about each of its module. So in spear form, you want to use this spear form as much as possible, which is why you most of the time you might be selecting this core 1 and not this core 2. Okay, now once you have selected this core 1, the other question is what about this? Now for this, both of these two are actually good. It is up to you to decide what you want to do, but one thing you must need to make sure that if you were to be choosing this flight velocity of the primary weapon, then give it rate of fire, or if you choose the rate of fire in this place, then give it mods of short velocity. Okay, now for this one, it would be better if you were to give it enhanced structure, because this enhanced structure will be able to give this mecha minus 15% of damage. Okay, basically speaking, this mecha will be taking less damage, up to 15% less, which is better because this shield has a duration of only 3 seconds. That's the whole problem. Even though it has a shield durability of 200, but the duration of the shield what makes the whole shield sphere a bit problematic. Okay, now the next one is the rapid charge. Now in the rapid charge, it would be better if you were to use rapid charge instead of rapid reload, because the thing about this rapid reload is not all the time you will be facing against enemy in front of you, rather there will be more times where you must need to go away from the battle zone. So obviously the spear form is more important than this rapid reload. And not only that, this secondary weapon attack is limited range. That is the whole problem. For example, let's say there is Aether. As you can see here, the damage is not receiving to Aether that much. So what is the point of giving this Mecha this rapid reload in the secondary weapon, whereas the secondary weapon's duration is extremely less? See, nothing is happening. So it would be better if you were to concentrate this on the spear. Okay, now let's talk about the next topic. The next topic is jump. Now I did try to jump from this place to there. I am unable to do so. Like, in order for you to actually jump to that place, you must need to be standing not in this place to jump from this. You must need to be near the building, a lot closer, let's say in this place, to actually jump to high platform. Even if you were to go to this place and try to jump to that place, you will not be able to do so. Okay, so let me change here into the spear form here, and once I am in the spear form, I'm gonna be able to dash upwards. Okay, so I was able to dash upwards and now I am here, but in order for me to actually do that, I had to jump from that place. Okay, or maybe that place. Which place did I jump from? Yeah, I jumped from this place. So yep. Okay, so this is basically an indication like how much its jumping distance is. Okay, but what are the other reasons of this mecha having low survivability rate? Okay, now for that, let me show you another example. Let's say I change into this ball, and this ball has a limited duration. Okay, once this duration is over, the second problem is gonna be, once you change back to this mecha form, there will be a lot of cooldown. There will be cooldown in this place and in this place as well. So if you were to change into a ball again, you cannot roll very far. So you have to be extremely careful regarding that matter. Now in case if you're wondering, okay, I can use time management to actually make sure that I do not fall into that dashing related problem, but other than that, what are the benefits of having this mecha? So what are the other benefits of having this mecha is the following thing. Okay, for example, let's say you are trying to run away from the enemies and you are making the enemy think that you will be going to that higher platform, right? So in the mid-air, you can basically change into a ball and then go to some other places. Okay, for example, let me change into a ball. Let's say I'm trying to go there, but immediately at the last second I go to some other places. So that is another thing about this mecha, that this mecha has unpredictable jump, but this unpredictable jump can only be happen if this mecha were to be near a trampoline. Other than that, this mecha's jumping cooldown is what causes this mecha to have extreme amount of problem. And the second problem is this mecha's secondary attack cannot reach extremely far places. For example, that is about 162 meters away. My secondary shot cannot actually get there. See, my secondary attack is basically a flamethrower, it cannot go there. But if I were to use this normal attack, normal primary weapon attack, this primary weapon attack can actually reach there. So obviously this is the main reason. Okay, it has extreme amount of cooldown, and the cooldown frequency are extremely hard to follow. That is point number one. And point number two is its secondary weapon attack is almost useless against long range mecha. So obviously from that point of perspective, you will have basically a 50-50 chance against mecha which are basically on the S rank of my tier list, that is. But you will have higher chance of defeating the B class mecha, because this is an A class mecha, and because it has the ability to go to higher platform, you can just basically go to higher platform, change back to your mecha form, and then shoot your enemies which are below. Okay, so which is why I have given this mecha the survivability rate of A, because its secondary attack, even at close range, you won't be able to miss your enemy. But the problem with this is it is slow compared to all of the others. Okay, and the amount of shot that I was able to do, like it took me about how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. And because this mecha has extremely long amount of time in shooting down the enemies, it is actually gonna be problematic because the other mechas have higher fire rate. Okay, you can increase the fire rate, but the question is, okay, if the primary attack of the fire, okay, if the primary attack of this mecha is good and the secondary is not good, then what is the point of even having the secondary attack? For example, if I were to be comparing against, let's say, Firefox, if I were to be comparing against the Firefox, then there are many options. For example, primary weapon damage increases with duration. Okay, so let's say I use for 1. Okay, and look what happens. So when I shoot these mechas from this long distance, I'm not only shooting it with the primary weapon, but when it comes to mechas which are far away, I can also shoot at them using the secondary weapon as well. So basically, it is an indication that if you were to have a primary attack and the secondary attack on an enemy, sorry, if you have a primary attack and a secondary attack on the mecha which you are using, but the secondary attack of this mecha is extremely range limited, then obviously that is gonna be a downfall. Okay? So basically speaking, the reason why I have rated this mecha as an A rank mecha is because its dash has extremely complicated of cooldown mechanism, which will be confusing to any new players. Okay, even for let's say what should I call it, even for players who uses Firestar on a regular basis, even they will have hard time to actually see when the mecha's cooldown is over. That is a whole problematic thing. And another thing is that is this mecha's secondary attack is extremely range limited. So if you are getting attack from mechas which are very far away, you will only have one option, and it is only the primary attack. Your secondary attack is not going to be that much useful at all. Okay, so that is the main reason why I have rated this mecha as an A rank mecha. If these mechas, let's say not the cooldown of his dash, rather if his secondary attack were to be extremely long range attack as well, like any of the other mechas, then I would have definitely given this mecha the ability to fall into the S rank. Okay, the similar problem also happens with this one as well. Like this mecha is extremely good at short range, but at long range attack is nothing. Like this mecha is basically a sitting duck in a long range attack. Okay, so I hope you like this video regarding why I consider Firestar a very good mecha, which falls into the A rank, but because of few of his deficiencies, such as the long range attack, I have considered that this mecha falls into the A category. Now, if you like this video regarding the Firefox, sorry, Firestar, sorry, not Firefox, Firestar. If you think the overall how you use this mecha is, I have explained it as sufficiently as possible, even though I have not used this mecha for a very long period of time, then please give a like and subscribe and click the bell notification icons. Otherwise, if you think okay, more information could be added to this mecha, then please let me know. Other than that, next time I will be talking about Boltus, why Boltus is considered as a Rook Class mecha, and why Boltus falls into the category of S rank mecha. Okay, so goodbye and stay safe.